The different strand in the world of mental health care, in a way, starts with this person. This is Jean-Martin Charcot, and this is the famous Paris-based hospital Salpêtrière. Again, they are Paris intellectuals observing the scene. They are interested in what is going on. There is a female patient. They call them hysteric patients. And what Charcot is doing, he's using hypnosis. This woman may have various sorts of symptoms, and Charcot is the first to figure out when he puts her under hypnosis, symptoms disappear. When he gives her a suggestion that, for instance, for half an hour after waking up from hypnosis, she does something or doesn't do something, she will follow the instruction and have no idea why. So still, Charcot is not really talking to the patient, but he figures out there is something in us we have no control of that influences our behavior and our mental disorders. The true revolution starts with this person. Her real name was Beate Pappenheim. She lived in Vienna and then later on in Western Germany near Frankfurt. And she was treated in Vienna as a young girl, young woman, by a medical doctor whose name was Josef Breuer. And Breuer was a very well-known medical doctor in Vienna at that time, used whatever was at his disposal to try to treat her symptoms. And one day, this patient told him, of all you're trying to do, what helps me best is that you let me talk. When you let me talk as much as I want, after that I feel better. So Breuer started doing that. Coming, at that time doctors would visit patients at home, coming to her house at the end of his working day and letting her talk as much as she wants and whatever she wants to talk about. For a certain reason that is not clear, at least not clear to me, for a certain time she wouldn't speak German, she would speak English only. That's 1870s. English was not nearly as popular as it is nowadays. And she came up with these two expressions. Talking cure was what helped her most, and chimney sweeping. I think nowadays the more popular expression for that would be venting out. So she told Breuer, as long as he would apply his talking cure instead of baths and exercise and diets and so on, and as soon as talk would help her vent out, she would feel better. I think this is definitely the beginning of psychoanalysis, however you want to define psychoanalysis. And this is also a very important lesson, that whatever is most important, we'll learn from patients. Out of this came a book published in 1895, where Breuer is author of the major part of the book, and Freud contributed just one clinical case. And this is in the studying of psychoanalysis, point zero, the first book, the first publication that is really psychoanalytic. Yes, Freud wrote about these things before, some other people wrote about that, but this is like the major turning point. The case of Anna O is described in the book, not historically very accurately, and one very important idea coming out of the book that will end the friendship and collaboration between Breuer and Freud is Freud's insistence on the repressed sexuality being the cause of mental disorders. Breuer, it seems, was less ambitious, more friendly, and more open to simply talking to patients and learning from them. Freud seems to be more ambitious and more focused on his discovery. However, that's not all we can learn from that book.